Let's make salmon croquettes using two of my products, the DivineKuizine remoulade sauce and the DivineKuizine sugar spice. So let's get into this recipe. So we're getting ready to make these salmon croquettes, or some people call them salmon patties. So I've already cleaned the salmon and I've already taken off the skin on the back. So now we're gonna finally chop it up. I know some people old school, they use the can, the pink salmon in a can, but I'm gonna go ahead and do fresh because you know you can elevate it a little bit. If you got a little, you know, a little more change now, we can get some fresh salmon and just do it that way. But the pink salmon is good because I know that's the old school way. That's how my mama used to make it, with the pink salmon in a can. But we're gonna do it with fresh salmon. So I'm just gonna chop up the salmon very finely, or if you had like a food processor or whatever, you could do it in a food processor, but I'm just gonna go ahead and chop it up really finely. And so I've cleaned it and everything too. I don't know if I said that before, but I have 3 salmon fillets in here. I'm just gonna finely chop the salmon up, and we're gonna put some nice vegetables, you know, like our peppers and stuff in there. Fry these bad boys up. Some people eat it with rice, some people eat it with, you know, this is in the morning. You can have with your grits in the morning, you know, or make a Creole sauce to go with your grits and eat it that way. But, you know, just whichever way. But this brings back a lot of memories because we used to eat these a lot. Not a lot, but you know, with like a treat. My mom made these for us. And the original way is usually like, you know, the Trinity. So it's usually the bell peppers, the onions, and the green onions, right? But I do mine a little differently, but that's usually the Trinity that most people use. But I have some jalapeno peppers, a little bit of garlic clove, onions, and I'm using white onion. Some people use green onion. Remember I said the Trinity. And I'm gonna use red pepper. Have some salt, like a half a teaspoon of sugar spice. It'll kind of balance out the saltiness, you know, and bring out kind of more of a, not sweet, but it'll brighten up the flavors. Lemon pepper. Just a little bit of seasoning salt, not a lot. Maybe like a pinch. And then we have onion powder. There's some onion powder here. My favorite seasoned pepper. Garlic powder. And then we have some Creole seasoning, and I have the Tony's Creole seasoning, and so a little bit of that in there. And you see some of this has like a lot of salt intake, that's why I balance it out with like the sugar spice. And so we're gonna mix all this together. Now we're gonna make our binder. So what I have is I have 1 egg. So I have 1 egg we're gonna put in here. And then I have some flour and and don't worry, I'll have the ingredients on at DivineKuizine.com so you can get the good measurements. And then I'm gonna use some breadcrumbs, but you could just use the flour if you wanted to, just to bind it, but I use both. I use breadcrumbs and I use the flour and the egg. And we're gonna mix all this together. And another way how you could know too is once you start mixing it all together, if you need more of one of the binders, is when you start making the patties. And if it's hard to still form, you could put some more flour or breadcrumbs or whatever in it, and so it'll be easier to form that patty for you. Okay, y'all. So now we've done everything, we've seasoned everything, and now we're gonna make our salmon croquettes into patties. So you just take it, and like I said, If you needed more, if it wasn't gonna come into a patty, then you could put more binder. What I mean by that is like more breadcrumbs or more flour in it until you get it where it's able to, you know, form into patties. I'll put them in the oil. Get nice golden brown. We're just gonna do, like I said, another 3 to 5 minutes on each side. It's nice golden brown and all the way cooked. And I have it now on about medium to medium high heat. So we got the salmon croquettes, all nice and golden brown. So we're gonna use the remoulade sauce. This is kind of like an aioli sauce that we're gonna use for these salmon croquettes. So I am, you know, I got to get fancy here. So I'm gonna take some of it out. And do like the chefs do. You know, try to make it look all fancy going. Put them down. Brown. Times, you know, for this, what we're doing here, you know, just French fries. So it's like a condiment that you can use. Okay, y'all, so we've done everything to make these salmon croquettes. We've dressed them with the DivineKuizine remoulade sauce, and we use a little bit of the DivineKuizine sugar spice in the actual mixture. Look how beautiful they look, nice and golden brown. I can't wait to go in for our salmon croquettes, as some people call them, salmon patties. So let's go in and taste. Outside, outer layer, I got some of the DivineKuizine remoulade sauce here. Let me kind of move this so you guys can see a little bit of the DivineKuizine remoulade sauce that I'm dipping. Perfectly crisp outer flavor, well seasoned. You can taste the Cajun seasoning, all the seasons that I put in there, a little bit of that lemon pepper. We could have some lemon on the sides if you wanted to. The DivineKuizine remoulade sauce, like I said, it's spicy, it's sweet, it has acidity, it's everything. This is a perfect dressing for all kinds of things. Like I do it with my salads, salmon croquettes. You could do it with French fries, put it on your burgers. This is a universal dressing. So to get this recipe and more, go to DivineKuizine.com. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click that notification button. If you're already a member or already a subscriber of mine, welcome. Check out more recipes. Tell me what's your favorite way to make salmon croquettes. Do you like fresh salmon? Do you like the salmon in the can? You know, how did you like this recipe if you decide to make this recipe? And go ahead and get one of these products, DivineKuizine Sugar Spice or DivineKuizine Remoulade Sauce. Love y'all, Chef Shay.